Welcome back to DVC Weekly. This is episode 124. My name is Jason Erpelding. I'm the broker of Buy and Sell DVC. I'm here with Scott Ferrioli.
I'm the owner of DVC-Rental.com and BuyandSellDVC.com.
And today is June 21st, 2023. The most sunlight you will get in the entire year is today.
You were very excited about that. I'm like, where's he going?
You gotta love June 21st.
June 21st.
Now the days will just get slightly shorter every day, but let's not focus on that. Let's focus on today, June 21st.
I also will point out there are some landscapers in the background, so I hope you don't pick it up too much, but if they do, just roll with it. We're trying to.
You have the most sunlight today. Sure, you should be happy today. 11 months from today is May 21st, 2024. 7 months from today is January 21st, 2024. As always, Buy and Sell is BuyandSellDVC.com and DVC-Rental, DVC-Rental.com. Remember the dash. Save cash. Now, I don't know why, I just thought of this, but I just have to ask Scott this question. We kind of know Scott a little bit now, He's got, he's been to Disney a lot with his family. He goes there, eats a lot with his family. He's got 2 kids. He goes on the cruises, but they're not a big beach people from what I remember from the cruises. But now I'm going to ask him, because we're here June 21st. We're in Florida. I need to know, has this guy been to any of the springs in Florida? Have you been to Weeki Wachee, Devil's Den, King's Landing? No? Are they on your radar to visit or no?
They're on my radar. I haven't made it to any of the beaches around here either.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He still probably hasn't been to the Gulf Coast yet.
I haven't been to the Gulf Coast yet. It's embarrassing. I need to go. I was just having this conversation the other day. Who was I having this conversation with? I don't know if it was Chris Malik. I don't remember. I think it was with Debbie Allen and her husband. I was mentioning that I haven't made it to I went to Disney's Vero Beach, but that's the only beach I've been to in Florida so far.
Wow. I will tell you, I'm not good at visiting the springs. I need to go to the springs. I will tell you, I am signed up to go to King's Landing, I believe, like July 19th.
Watch out for Joffrey.
What's that?
Game of Thrones, King's Landing.
I don't know.
Yep. You haven't seen Game of Thrones?
No.
Fine. I haven't gone to the beaches, but he hasn't seen Game of Thrones.
Oh, no. Okay, let's go back. Go to buy and sell side of things. So now we're on to the buy and sell side of things, and I'm here to make DVC purchase boring, I guess, because
that's exactly what the fans want.
Well,
I'm here to make DVC purchases boring.
Well, so when you get exposed to DVC, initially, what happens? You go into a state of, what's the best deal? What's the secret? I need to know the ins and outs. Give me everything. And, back in the beginning when, this DVC started, before the internet started, So it was, it was just DVC, come and you see it and people became owners. And then, of course, it just gained more and more traction. And now, of course, you have all these members, you have all these Facebook groups, the internet, Reddit, everywhere, So I'm not even sure where I'm going with this. Oh, I know.
I never really thought of that. DVC really came out before the internet. It was 94 was old Key West, right?
91, 92.
Was it?
I think 91 they started selling and,
so there was no real easy promotion and going and doing any sort of research. It was just, you have to be like on property. Hey, we have this new thing, come check it out, because there was nothing else.
And of course, back then, if you don't know, they were giving out tickets, if you stayed at the resort. And it was just unbelievable.
Oh, yeah. It was priced low and tickets for many, many years, annual passes essentially for your whole family. That was some good stuff. I missed that. So the thing about it is that this has been the case for a long time now. But sometimes, there's a product, and in order to get the information on the product, you have to go through all these steps, sign up for this email, talk to this person, set up a phone call, watch this video. Disney Vacation Club has every single thing about it online. They do not hide
one single ounce of information. They give it because it's just, it's a product that if you come to Disney and you're going to use it, it 100% makes sense. So there's no reason to hide the product. So the thing about once you get exposed to DVC, I can't emphasize this enough. You want to find a DVC point calculator. We have one on buyandsell.dvc.com. You can go in there and say, okay, let's say you're by yourself. Let's say you're with your family. And you say, okay, let's pretend like we're a vacation club member. Where do we want to go? When do we want to check in? When do we want to check out? And it's going to tell you the point total for every single Disney Vacation Club resort for those dates. Because I will tell you, some people start out and they say, oh, I want to stay in a 2-bedroom villa every year for 12 days. And then they find out how many points it's going to be. And they say, well, guess what?
1 bedroom will work.
Yeah, or
for 7 days.
Because we're not going to be in the room a lot. So, you want to go to a point calculator and it's going to tell you, the thing about it is it doesn't change.
Yeah.
So there's no surprise. This is you buy in, your vacations this is what it's going to be. You want to plug in, I just want to make sure I touch on the things. You want to plug in different check-in and check-out dates to see how many vacations it would be. Plus now, because DVC-Rental has the check availability that gets refreshed, you can check availability as though you're a member.
Yep.
So you say, hey, what if we were members now and we wanted to see if there was an Animal Kingdom studio or 1-bedroom available 6 months from now? Now you have the opportunity to go in there and check the dates and see if it's available. Everything is there. There's no hidden anything.
As you know, a lot of people buy Saratoga Springs just to kind of stay at other resorts. Saratoga Springs is a beautiful resort, but a lot of times that's not people's main resort they want to stay at. You can sit there and say, I'm thinking of buying at Saratoga Springs. Let me put in a set of dates 6 months from now just to see what options I would have as a Saratoga owner. And you could go into the DVC-Rental side, check availability, and say, okay, I'm pretending this is me right now. 6 months from now, I would have had, these 7 different options available. Okay, that works, or that might not work for me. So it's a great way to sit there and kind of test drive the buy and sell. You incorporate both companies, but you test drive buy and sell by just checking what's available. You don't have to sit there and worry about, renting from us and, clicking the buy now, but just going in there and pretending that you're the owner, going, what options would I had I done this?
Another thing people will say is, well, if you own at Vero Beach or Hilton Head, how likely is it to get a reservation under 7 months? You can take out owning at Vero Beach and Hilton Head out of the question. It's just what type of availability is there under 7 months? That's what your real question is. It doesn't matter the ownership. It's what type of availability is available under 7 months. Now, that's where you can, again, use the check availability button, and you can see what's available under 7 months. My reservations are typically always under 7 months. But again, I live in Florida. I'm somewhat flexible now. I will tell you that I'm still going when my kids are out of school. So I'm still able to secure those reservations. You want to, and I wrote on here, with all the information online, you can make a DVC purchase with confidence in 2023 because you know exactly what you're getting. There's no hidden anything. The annual dues, the expiration date, check availability. Everything is right there so you can see everything. So I'm not trying to take the, emotion out of it, but this is a product where you can just sit down and say, okay, hey, this is when we want to go next year. This is how many points it would be. Oh, you want to go here? This is how many points it would be. You can just see it all in front of you before you make the decision.
There's a landscaper passing on our side, so just kind of amusing me at the moment.
They're focused on what I'm saying. I know they're listening 100%. And now we're on to the food review of the week.
Come here, I'm gonna eat you. Get in my belly.
He's like, speak up a little bit. I'm trying to find out about Vero Beach and should I own there? So for today's food review, This was actually a long time coming. I've been wanting to try this out for a long time now, and I haven't really made it to the park too often. And a lot of times when I've gone, this has already been like shut down for the evening. But I've been wanting to try the Ronto wrap at Ronto Roasters in Hollywood Studios. It's been around for a long time now, so I'm just getting around to it. It's $12.99, roasted pork, grilled pork sausage, peppercorn sauce, tangy slaw wrapped in a pita bread. Overall, I found this to be pretty much decent at best. Roasted pork really didn't have much taste. I will say that the grilled pork sausage was actually very, very good by itself. Overall, I found it to be a dry sandwich. It definitely needed more of the peppercorn sauce. I was the only one in my family who wanted to actually take more than one bite of it. I mean, just because I was hungry as a pig and I ate the thing. But like nobody else wanted to have more than a bite. They were just like, eh. What's hysterical is that my wife and I have a friend of ours. It's an old coworker of hers. And he comes down here like once a year. And every time he comes here, he posts that he goes and he has this for breakfast, lunch, and dinner when he goes to Hollywood Studios. They also have like breakfast wraps as well, Ronto wraps. But he will eat this 3 times a day whenever he comes here. And I did not find it that appealing.
Because he loves it that much? Or because he's trying to like be in the Guinness Book
he loves it that much that he always gets the Ronto wrap here. Overall, I gave it a 5.2. It was fun to try out. I would definitely not get this again, though. It was, in my opinion, fair at best.
That's a wild fact that he has all 3 meals.
Yeah, I thought so. I couldn't believe it when she was telling me. Like, he loves it so much that breakfast, lunch, and dinner, he stops by the same place and gets the breakfast Ronto wrap and then the regular Ronto wrap. And that's his thing. He loves it that much. Not for me.
On that note, we're on to the DVC rental side of things.
Now, I've been lucky enough that in the past couple of weeks, I've made it to the parks a few times. And I just want to say it's getting hot. So I want to make sure you and your family take proper precautions at the parks. Sunscreen, hats, sunglasses, possibly get those cold neck towels to use. Just quick service restaurants and kiosks will give you free ice water. Definitely take advantage of that. My son was overheated the other day. We had to get a cup of ice and just put it on him and put it under his hat to try to help cool him off a little bit. Enjoy the queue lines. The shade and air conditioning can make the experience by itself worth it. Don't push yourself too hard. Try to stop and take rests. I mean, I know a lot of people want to do a commando and, they want to sit there and they're buying the lightning lane and they want to schedule the stuff for immediately after each other and you're running around the parks. Try to sit and just rest a little bit because you're really going to need it. Personally, this is how I always did it when I don't do this now, but when I travel down here for vacations, we would go earlier in the morning where it's nice and cool, crowds are a little bit lower, do as many rides as you can. Once it starts getting like midday, lunchtime, the parks typically start picking up a little bit. It gets hotter. That's when we normally go back to the DVC resorts, relax, go in the pool, take a nice cool shower, put the kids down for a nap, put yourself down for a nap. You'll really appreciate it. And then go back out to the parks later on at night. It's a completely different experience at night with the parks with everything lit up and absolutely beautiful at nighttime. Plus, it'll have cooled down a decent amount as well. And you'll really have appreciated that break in the middle of your day. Ice cream, frozen drinks, and frozen lemonades and stuff are your friends. We still have like a running joke in my family that this goes back to the Mets game many, many years ago before I had kids. It was a doubleheader game against the Cardinals, and my wife was it was hot. It was really, really hot. She was starting to not feel well. She was getting a little cranky, and she was just unhappy and just way, way, way too hot. So I got her one of the like Minute Maid frozen lemonades, which are the same exact ones that they serve at Disney. And she's several bites of that. Immediately, she's in a good mood. She's talkative. She's watching the game. It like sprung her back to life. You get these.
Was this at Shea or at City
This
Field?
was at Shea.
Nice.
Shea. And
shout out to Shea.
Brought her right back to life. They sell them at the parks. If your kids need it, get those. If you're using the last one on here, if you're using the lightning lane, try to schedule things that are right by each other. So if you're in Tomorrowland, you've got the Tomorrowland Speedway. When you're in the queue after you've badged in, go online and try to find Buzz Lightyear, try to find Space Mountain, something in that area, because there's nothing worse than it being a real feel of 110 and you're walking from one end of the park all the way to the other end of the park to get your next lightning lane, and then having to like come back over here and just go back and forth because you're doing 10 times as much walking. Try to schedule stuff in the different areas of the park that'll help you out a lot and save on the walking and save on the heat.
And I just want to say, it's you have to drink water.
Yes.
Like I, my family of 4, I'm the one that drinks the most water. My wife one time, this is in the 90s. Animal Kingdom opened in 98. It's probably 99. Like she passed out in a line at Animal Kingdom. My 11-year-old will get overheated, get migraines. You have to drink water. You have, I tell my
oldest is getting migraines now. That's why we tried to get him cooled off and stuff. And drink water, definitely stay hydrated.
Yeah, you gotta. This is not and it's really not so much like the temperature in Orlando will generally never be above 99, but it's the feels like, it's, the temperature is 92, but the feels like is 101 or whatever, So, yeah. And if you don't, again, you can take huge lawn bags. If you have a family of 4, throw 4 lawn bags in there, and those can turn into ponchos if you get the rain, So
Interesting.
Yeah, you definitely want to stay cool this time of year.
I think we're good. Our IT guy is telling us to wrap it up. I think up at the camera, if we're good to go. He's standing there. I was worried that the battery is running out, but we're good anyway.
We're good. Stay cool. Drink water. Stay hydrated.
Hit the like. Hit the subscribe.
And definitely don't go for a run at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
No, definitely don't.
And be sure to come back next week.
We appreciate you all. Thank you so much.